And it's the next of our light welters, Jessie Lartey of Ghana and Sinethemba Blom of South Africa. We've seen both of these men already in this tournament. There's a look at our 5 judges that'll be looking after this bout from Japan. And a Sri Lankan referee. I was about to say I thought our judge was the Japanese judge. I was just looking down here to my right. I thought he was heading his way in, but it's the Sri Lankan referee. Jessie Lartey, I saw him get through to the quarters in Glasgow. He also fought in Delhi, where he was eliminated in the first round. So this is his 3rd Commonwealth Games, the man from Ghana. Produced a few good fighters, not many better than Azuma Nelson. He's done that every time. It's got to be some sort of ritual. He's done it every time he's entered the ring, the little in, out, in, out. And now, Sinethemba Blom, the South African, 25 years of age, so they share the same year of birth, but he's pretty well experienced. He's been the South African champion for the last 4 years. He studies psychology at university. He's been boxing since he was 6. And he's described that as his way out of gangsterism.
Yeah, and he's an intellectual, he's a smart man.
Yeah.
And the fight, his first fight was very, very tough. Oh, it was amazing.
And on the subject of being, we look at Lartey, he beat Colin from Mauritius in his first fight. It was a split decision. We thought it went his way.
That was a close victory, though. That was tough.
It was, yeah. And he had a split decision, but it was a little more comfortable over Colin Lewis. But you talk about being an intellectual. It says something about the character of the man to come from the background that he has done.
It's impressive.
He's come from a very poor working class background to university. It's very impressive. And as he said, some tough streets.
Your heads up, no holding, no low blow. Listen to my command all the time. Okay? Shake hand. Good luck.
Lartey from Ghana, Blom, South Africa, the South African in the blue.
Lartey was out for a Sunday stroll for the first second as he walked to centre ring. Love how he walks out to the ring. It makes me nervous. I think he's not concentrating, and then all of a sudden he turns on.
Yeah, he reminds me for the Australians and the Brits and the Kiwis would know what I'm talking about. But if Brett Kenny, the footballer, used to wander out really slowly before the started.
That was a great punch from Lartey. Actually, John, Lartey won his first bout 3-2. It was a close decision, a very close decision. Blom won his first bout 4-1. A more comfortable decision, but the bout was very grueling. It was actually against the opponent from Guyana, and that was very tough. I remember
it was brutal, wasn't it?
Yes, he won on the cards more clearly than Lartey did, but it was really, really tough. But he's had a few days to recover. He looks fresh. But for our viewers at home, it bears reminding. Did he hurt his ankle then?
No.
It bears reminding because these bouts, John, they're so grueling. Your body, you have bruises from, on your eyebrows, behind your ears, on your elbows. Everything from the waist up is bruised. It's hard to recover between bouts.
Just responding to your question, looking at his footwork at the moment to see whether he did.
Does he look okay?
Well, I'm not sure, to be honest.
John, when I boxed
it was the left ankle you're talking about, isn't it?
Right, yes. When I boxed at the Commonwealth Games, I broke my ankle in 2 places the week before the game started, and I could barely walk. And so for the first couple of bouts, I didn't move a whole lot.
Yep.
if you're hurt, you don't show anyone. I hid it from the doctors in the medical before the fights. Lartey may have just sprained his ankle a little bit, but he doesn't care. Oh, he's not showing us.
Yeah, he looks all right. I've just been watching how he's moving. I think he looks all right.
Blom is throwing some hard punches in there. Every punch.
Oh, look at that.
He's really putting a lot on every hand. And he landed then. Lartey grins. He's so happy. And when a boxer puts this much on every punch, it wears you out a little. And this will pay later. Blom will get a little bit tired in round 3, throwing this many hard punches this early. Coming to a close of the first round, but he has thrown a lot of hard hands.
Nice round, though. That work to the body of Lartey might also pay some dividends too in time to come.
Look at the boxers, they're just grinning and they touch gloves.
And you talk about hiding injuries. I mean, your sister played in a gold medal winning water polo team at the Sydney 2000 Olympics with a woman that had ruptured a bicep and didn't say anything. and scored a vital goal against the Russians to get them through. Yeah, there's some tough people around.
That was the punch that I was really thought was really heavy in the first round, but Blom showed no effects.
And gee, he's work to the body, which we're going to see now. There's a lot of that, and the sound effects as you hear it, there's gloves just ripping into the midriff. Makes you uncomfortable sitting up here, let alone receiving them.
There's a significant cut.
Oh yeah. So there's that little look at the cut,
but no blood
on Blom.
No blood at all that I could see, but the cut, it looked like there was a significant cut. Maybe it's...
I wonder whether he brought it in. I can't remember. There was several boxes cut on the way through to here. I can't remember whether he was one, to be perfectly honest.
Yes, and... Gee.
This is always hard for the cornermen to manage.
Well, we've seen some chess matches in these Commonwealth Games. We've seen some speed shootouts. This is just two guys standing in front of each other with tight defense and really throwing bombs at each other.
Well, talk about tight defense. Lartey's got through there twice, and nice little uppercut as well, but Blom didn't show any hesitation to come back at him, but he was hit absolutely clean.
Blom grins and nods. He just ate that ham for breakfast and he's back for more. My gosh, very tough guys. But you know, Blom is working more. He's pressing the action. But I'm impressed with the boxer from Ghana. He's very cool and collected, and when he lands, he's landing a little better. Oh, he's got skills too. Nice head movement. Oh, did he hurt him then?
He thinks that's low. And there's that, look at that cut as well.
So that was a funny reaction to step back. It was like he was hurt, but he forced the referee to, you know, perhaps she was paused or hesitant. She hadn't acted, and he forced her to step forward and tell him to warn him. It was good. It was interesting.
Keeps coming, doesn't he, Blom? He's taken some significant shots in these moments, but he's outworking his opponent. He's throwing more punches, not all landing. As you heard the clash of the gloves there as Lartey managed to defend it. But how much is this going to take out of Blom in particular when we get to the third round?
Lartey is tough. He looks content to just sit there, take take punches on the gloves, which is not easy, and then look for his chance to reply. But it's a tough way to make a fight.
And round 2.
And they're just brothers. They finish the round, they touch gloves and smile. It's cool, I love it. Oh, that's some great footage to see. Blom landed some excellent punches there. I was perhaps a little...
I think we may get a look at that blow that was called low where Lartey sort of stepped back. I wasn't completely convinced that it was low, to be honest with you.
I didn't get a good look at it, John.
Wasn't completely convinced.
Lartey did a good job of...
conning the ref, yeah.
Yeah.
So third and final round, Lartey of
this
Garner
is
in the red, and this is getting pretty monotonous.
Blom is pressing the action. He's the guy that wants to fight. He wants him to continue.
And Blom from South Africa. But the number of times we've had rounds stop to have the boxer wiped down.
At some point, they may have to warn, or even there has to be some penalty, because the boxers from Ghana, his corner was so slow. They're just giving his boxer extra recovery time to wipe him down. They were climbing down from the ring slowly. Gee, this is tough fighting.
And, okay, so none of those. Well, that right hand got through it. None of the others have been getting through to the head, but the body shots are working. Warned about a slap, which it still hurt. And this is Lartey that's inviting this.
Isn't he? He's not trying to change the course of the fight. He doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to turn into a boxing match. He's content. He's happy with this, but it's a hard way to fight to win a match.
Yeah, and perhaps though, Paul, you mentioned the first round you thought that maybe the ankle was a problem. It could well be because of that. I thought it looked okay because he got back up on his toes, but maybe it isn't.
You know what, John? I forgot that. You are absolutely right. Maybe he's just not comfortable moving around. But Blom is throwing more punches.
But so many, look, all of those were taken on the glove.
But he's taken nothing back on the gloves himself. He's working much more. He is pressing the action.
And when a fight's close,
yes,
that is also always one of the issues that judges count. They don't just count the number of scoring punches. It's got to be a quality punch. You've also got to be the man that's brought the fight. If you're going to counter punch, then you've got to have really outpunched your opponent.
Yes. Lartey is skillful too. He slipped and looked for that counter with his power hand.
But Blom has worked and worked and worked here. We're about to be inside the last 30 seconds and he's done nothing but throw.
This really is a case of the guys needing another 3 rounds. Gee, really, really interesting bout. Oh, he's very skillful. The boxer from Ghana is just very skillful.
But has he worked enough to take this fight? He's probably thrown the cleaner punches.
Yes, but Blom has worked harder. Agreed, yes.
He's lifting his arms. I wonder whether that's to convince the judges. A lot of respect between the two men.
Yeah.
And that cut is looking deep, isn't it?
Yes, but they managed it very well. It's not making a mess at all.
Yeah, nothing's coming out of it. Just go back to, this was pretty much, business as usual from the second round onwards. And that left hand was, a much cleaner punch than some that he'd taken. But he worked so hard, Blom. Centering now. So it's split. He snuck home. Lartey's home. Blom very disappointed.
Yeah, he is shattered. He worked harder for that fight, and it is a matter of a case of, do you favour the worker, the volume, or do you favour the quality?
Yeah.
And it's very tough. I might change my mind every other day.
So it's so interesting. Look, on 3 of those scorecards, it's 29-28 either way, but on 2 others, it's 30-27, 27-30. So they're the ones that you think, how did you see the same fight as the others?
But every round was close, and perhaps that judge favoured the worker and the other judge favoured the stylist.
But Lartey's through.
That is just a real pleasure to watch, that bout.
And he'll fight Blumenfeld in the semi-finals.
Interesting.
For a shot at the gold.
The Gold Coast Commonwealth Games. Fantastic audience, full house once again here in Oxford Studios. I was outside a little earlier, Steve, after the